Hey guys, Daryl Sweeney here. I want to welcome you back to another episode of Bending Time with Daryl Sweeney. Thank you for being here. I'm calling today's episode Getting It Right versus Getting It Going. And it's a distinction that has showed up coming off of a phone call with a potential client. Now, this guy's brilliant. He has got so much going for him, and he is fully prepared to launch, to step into this next season of life and create in a way that he is really excited about. He's got a business idea that he wants to move forward. And he spent a lot of time thinking about it. And we're talking about what's possible in our work together. And it's obvious to me one of the first things that I can do to help this guy is simply help him get the car out of the garage, right? He has this idea, he's thought about it. His office is filled with plans and sheets and diagrams. He's thought about how it can work. He's done the math on revenue. He's thought about the potential clients he can get in front of him. He understands. He is so ready to move this thing forward. And yet there's something that calls to him to just plan a little more, just double check, just make sure. And he is spending so much time and he's so focused on getting it right that he's not getting it going. And sometimes the best thing we can do to move an idea forward and to get to right, the fastest is simply to get it going. And we talked about that today in our call. We talked about what's possible for him by getting it going. What's the cost of not getting it going? You know, I had another good friend of mine who just launched a new business. It's his first foray into this industry, and he's going to be wildly successful. But there's a magic about him that he has that I think some of us shy away from. Some of us don't fully step into the way we can. Including me. I can look back in my times and in my story and see all the places I was so focused on getting it right that I was slower than I needed to be and get it going. And my buddy was telling me that he once had a conversation with the CEO of HubSpot. And he told him, he said, "What I love about you is that you just get stuff out there. You just go with it." And the quote that he pulled from this conversation with the CEO was really powerful because he said, "The way I see it, if you're not embarrassed by the first version of the thing you're releasing into the world, you waited too long." Right? So it speaks again to this idea of, are we so focused on getting it right that we're not getting it going? And what may be available to us by getting our idea out into the market, by finding ways to test it, by talking to real clients, by charging real money, by understanding how the market responds to what makes a ton of sense in our head and iterating from there. So my invitation is simple. I invite you to take a look at your work, at your dream, at your business, at your team, and say, where are we so focused on getting it right? Where are we over-indexing on getting it right? And it's slowing us down or maybe even stopping us from getting it going. I want you to ask yourself what that might be costing you. And on the flip side of that question, ask yourself what's available to us by getting it going, by getting it out there. Once you identify one or two of those areas, well, you know what to do next. We've gotten it to where it needs to be. Now it's time to get it going. Speaking of getting it going, I love supporting people like you in getting what they have going on in the world going and leveling up and finding that next iteration, that next addition, that next possibility in whatever games you're choosing to play. That's why I do these videos. I want them to be helpful. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, go to darylsweeney.com, subscribe, and I'm telling you that for a specific reason. Because not only will you find videos like this one, but I've also started to release glimpses of what's going on inside of the SCG Leadership Institute. It's a 6-month program I've created for leaders. The first cohort is rolling through it now, and there's absolute gold coming out of that space. And I'm sharing some of the conversations and some of the topics with my newsletter audience. So if that's interesting to you, if you're asking yourself what it looks like for me to step into deeper levels of leadership or to be a stronger leader, you will love some of the stuff coming out of the Institute. So I invite you to go check it out. If you are watching this or listening to this, wherever you're doing that, subscribe, check it out. Make sure that this is another thing. This is a relationship. This is an opportunity to get this going at an even deeper level. And if you've been watching or listening for a while and you have that idea, you have that dream, you see what's possible for you, you've been hesitant to step into it, reach out, give me a call, let's have a conversation. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you found something useful in this and you can identify those places where you've been hesitating or procrastinating on getting it going. And we can step out of the need for it to be perfect, the need to get it right, and step deeper into getting it going. Good luck and let me know how it goes.